Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eric Broadus back again with another video. And on this video, I just briefly want to touch on PME. Now, what is PME? PME is Professional Military Education. Now, what is the purpose of PME? The purpose of Professional Military Education is to prepare all military members and to ensure that they have the proper and adequate training and technical knowledge that will enable them to fulfill and perform their duties as to the best of their ability, and also enable them to further advance in their career. Now, professional military education can range in any branch. It's in any branch of service. It can range from technical training centers or training schools to different types of career development courses, certain different types of academies, anything from officer academies to non-commissioned officer academies, and also senior non-commissioned officer academies. Now, obviously, you have training in proficiencies that in the military that have certain different skill levels. So, good example would be, let's see, I'll pick the Air Force. Okay, if upon entering basic training, unless your job does not require you to go to a technical training school, then you would go straight to your duty station, and that would be for any branch of service, which would be called DDA as an acronym, but it would be known as direct duty assignment. Other than that, if you're not direct duty assignment, regardless of branch of service, then you will be required to further on your education in the military. Upon graduating basic training, you will be sent on to a technical training center. Now, the Marines and the Army, they call it AIT. They call it AIT. At the Navy, there's some type of Navy training center. I believe that's what they call it. But what these training centers do in the Air Force is a technical school. But what these technical centers do is they prepare and they educate military members for their different types of jobs and career fields that they have. Military members do different jobs. The Navy Coast Guard call it a rate for your particular specialty, what your job, what you specialize in. The Army and Marines call it a MOS. And the Air Force calls it an Air Force Specialty Code. But basically, it's all the same thing. They just use a different term for it. But that is for the specific job or career path or career field that you have chosen to do, or that you scored high enough on your ASVAB. On your, the ASVAB. On your initial test in order to get into the military, and also see exactly what career field would best be suitable for you according to your score. Now, obviously, if there may have been a particular job in the military that you desire to be in that career field, but your scores on that ASVAB were not high enough to get that particular job, you can retake the ASVAB several times throughout your career, or you can do something known as cross-training. But I'll get to that in another video. But professional military education is designed to prepare members in the armed forces with the skill set and the tools that they need for their particular career field, and also to overall better enhance them in terms of things like etiquette, communication skills, counseling, leadership, and even also fellowship. They also, in these schools, they teach, how to write, according to what will be required in the military. And even if you got to write, say, for civilian side, they have professional education courses that and instructors that teach this to military members, especially as they move further along in their career. Now, obviously, the technical training centers or AITs that individuals attend upon graduating basic training, that is to familiarize them with their branch of service and also to further educate them with the basics of their particular job that they will be doing in the military. Now, once you get past, you graduate technical school, obviously when you get to your first duty assignment, you will have some on-the-job training, but and depending on what your job is, they normally follow up with some type of development courses that you have to complete. So the training will continue on throughout the military member's career. It's just different levels. And understand that the armed forces, regardless of branch of service, they have expectations and they expect military members to perform at a certain level. And when they spend a lot of money per GI to get them trained and up to speed. So the government in each branch of service, they expect a return on their investment. So when attending these training centers or taking these certain courses, you're expected to complete them in a timely manner, and you're expected to score, at least at the bare minimum what it takes to qualify or to pass. Now, in the event, if you don't complete this professional military education, then it can affect your career. Your commander can either decide to do a waiver, or they definitely are going to know why is it that you either didn't attend or why you didn't pass a certain course or what happened. Now, the commander obviously can give you a second or third go around, but if it's too many times of failing or you haven't completed it, then what can happen is that they can either withhold your grade or withhold rank from you if you were going to get promoted, or they can choose to punish or discipline you in several ways. And worst case scenario, they can, if it's really that severe and it's something that's training that you need to get completed and you didn't, they can choose to administratively discharge you. But so definitely for those that are in, you guys know, and definitely take the training that you are provided from your branch of service. Take it seriously because they spend lots of money on it. But for those that are interested in going in, yes, professional military education, it definitely it is a requirement, and whether officer or enlisted, you are required to complete the training that they give you in order for you to maintain your career and also to advance in it. Now, as you go throughout different levels and different grade and rank, professional military education is required before you can actually advance in your rank, or if you want to say your pay grade. There's a certain level of training and knowledge that is required so that you'll be able to perform at that particular level. A good example is in a person that is going for, say, the rank of, say, E5 is not going to have the same level of requirements for someone that is seeking to pin on, who is going to pin on, say E8. That's a senior non-commissioned officer grade versus a junior non-commissioned officer. E5 would be a junior non-commissioned officer, and the grades of E8 and E7, actually E7, E8, and E9 are considered senior non-commissioned officers. So obviously, there's different levels of authority and responsibility, and so the military requires that members in these different grades at different levels, that they have the required skill sets completed and certain military education completed before they can hold these particular grades. And for non-commissioned officers, there's obviously different levels of leadership. In some cases, in most cases, if you're a non-commissioned officer, at some point you will wind up supervising unless you have one of those particular jobs where it does not require it. But that's a rare case. But professional military education is definitely important because it also will help to develop you as a professional and prepare you even for the eventual transition to civilian life. So these skill sets are definitely needed, and the military does invest and spend money and for courses, instructors to make sure that members get the required education, military education that they need in order to perform their duties. And the standards are high, but I won't make this video too long. I'm just touching generally, and I'm going to break this down and get into professional military education for each branch of service, because I mean basically the gist of it is the same, but each branch of service does have their own unique way of doing things, and the certain education requirements are going to be different for different branches of service. But for certain technical training schools, because in the military, regardless of branch of service, pretty much there are going to be certain jobs that are going to be the same. So a lot of times in technical training centers, all branches of service, a lot of times they attend the same schools. But again, the name of this video is PME, Professional Military Education. And again, what's the purpose of it? The purpose is to prepare and ensure that military members have the adequate training that they need in order to perform their duties at the highest level or to the best of their abilities. And guys, that's all I have for this one, and I'm going to break down this PME into different branches of service, and I guess you say the requirements, what the requirements are, because this way it would be kind of a lot to unpack, and for me to generalize the whole military, regardless of branch, that'd be a bit difficult, because there are certain unique aspects to each branch of service, and their educational requirements are going to be unique and tailored according to their branch of service and also according to their grade and rank. But that's all I have just for this video, just something short and quick. Again, the name of the video is PME, Professional Military Education, and we'll delve into the importance of it and how it affects and enables the military member to advance in their career. Thanks guys for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for your time, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. And I also have an audio podcast called Snacks Thoughts, which is on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, and this is other social media platforms that it's on. But it's called Snacks Thoughts, SNAKZ Thoughts. But hit the like button, or if you don't like the video, hit the unlike button. But I'm asking, please leave comments. Let's get the conversation started. Go into the comment section, leave some comments, and I'll be happy to respond. And for those that are subscribed, please share it. And those that do subscribe to the channel, tap the bell so you can get future subscriptions and other podcasts and eventually live streams that I'll be doing. That's all I got, guys. Again, name of the video is PME, Professional Military Education. Thanks, guys, for listening. Peace, and I'll catch you on the next one.